You were not born second guessing yourself. Think about that for a moment. No one comes into the world constantly asking, is this the right decision? Am I allowed to want this? What will everyone else think? That pattern usually develops much later, which raises an interesting question. If we weren't born doubting ourselves, what the heck happened? That's what we're going to be talking about today on Infinite You. Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm Dr. Sheri, spiritual psychologist, multidimensional mindset mentor, and inner authority expert. And here on Infinite You, we explore how awareness, alignment, inner authority, and authentic decision making changes the way that you consciously create and experience your life. So, welcome, welcome. When you watch children, something becomes very obvious. They know what they want, they know what they like, they know what they don't like. Their responses are immediate. They're not sitting there analyzing whether their feelings are acceptable. They simply respond to what feels right for them. Now, of course, part of growing up is learning how to live in a world with other people. We learn responsibility, we learn consideration, we learn structure, but somewhere along the way, something else often happens. We stop trusting our own inner signals. And if this content resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, I would love for you to be a part of my community. So go ahead, hit subscribe, definitely hit like, and share this with the women that you know that could really benefit from this kind of conversation, and for sure the practical tips that I really do try to offer in each and every one of my videos. So let's kind of move into the bigger content, the bigger picture of what I'm talking about in this video. Most of us grow up in environments that teach us how to look outside of ourselves for answers. Parents, teachers, bosses, cultural expectations, social norms. We're taught what success is supposed to look like. We're taught what a happy life is supposed to look like. We're taught what responsible choices are supposed to look like, right? Right? So we're taught all about all the things that make up what a good life should be. And none of that is inherently wrong. But over time, if we are not careful, we can become so focused on external guidance that we lose contact with something very important, our own inner authority. Inner authority is your internal decision-making compass. It is part psychology, part energy, part soul, multidimensionality, what's happening in 3D, 4D, and 5D, in the physical, in the subconscious, your belief systems, and then at who you are at the superconscious soul level. This integration is the deeper intelligence inside of you, and your intuition too. It's the deeper intelligence inside of you that senses what feels aligned, what feels draining, what feels expansive, what feels reflective, what feels restrictive or contractive. It is not about ego. It is not impulsive reaction. It is not rebellion. It is a deeper form of self-trust that encompasses the totality of who you are as a physical being, as a spiritual being, as a creative being, as an energetic being. And when you are connected to that inner authority, decision making actually becomes so much simpler. Not necessarily easier, but definitely clearer. The reason why many people lose contact with their inner authority is because they've been trained to override it. We all do this. We push through when something feels off inside of us. We say yes when our intuition tells us no. We make decisions based on expectations rather than alignment. And over time, that internal signal gets quieter. And that's really why I'm making this video. Not because it disappears, but because it's been ignored for so long. And another layer of this is something psychology talks about often. Our life experiences shape our beliefs, and those beliefs slowly shape how we see ourselves and how we shape our identity and around what we needed to cope, around what we needed to survive, to be liked, to fit in, right? It's this human experience to succeed according to someone else's definition of success. And over time, that identity can start to feel like who we really are, but often it is not. It is something we have learned to become, and along the way, many people lose something that they once had very naturally, that beautiful childlike sense of wonder, of a natural trust in life, a really powerful natural connection to all that is, to soul, to God, to source energy, to the universe, the feeling that it's okay to respond to what feels true. And instead, we all grow up and we begin to replace it with a kind of performance, an identity built around expectations. But something interesting is happening right now. Many people are beginning to feel that these old identities no longer fit. The energy is really becoming about authenticity. And the shift that is happening is really about how we qualify and think about what success is, how we think about authenticity, how we think about alignment. More and more people are realizing in this new amazing energy and consciousness unfolding, they are realizing that living truthfully matters more than performing a life that simply looks good from the outside, because most of the time it doesn't feel good when we're doing it in a performative way. So something interesting really does happen when people begin to reconnect with their inner authority. Their energy changes. They stop leaking energy when things are not aligned. I hope I said that the right way. They stop leaking energy into things that are not aligned. Their decisions start reflecting who they actually are. Sorry about that. And from that place, life begins to feel different, more authentic, more grounded, more coherent. Your vibration is much, much higher. And then life begins reorganizing around that, right? This is where law of attraction kicks in. So you definitely begin to invite new possibility, new opportunity, new insight, things that you haven't noticed before that probably have already been there, right? That magic comes back in, that serendipity comes back in. And this is really one of the reasons why I enjoy working with tools like human design. Human design looks at how each person is naturally designed to make decisions and interact with their own energy. And some people are designed to trust emotional clarity. Others are designed to trust instinct, gut reactions. Others definitely respond to what's going on in their body and noticing patterns. And when people begin to understand their natural authority through human design, it often helps them reconnect with that internal guidance system that they have been conditioned to ignore. So if you're curious about that, I do offer human design sessions. I'm a certified practitioner, and I will leave the link below in the description box if you'd like to explore that further. But for now, I just want you to know, whether you use a system like human design or not, the deeper truth remains the same. You already have an internal guidance system. It has been with you since your inception. You always have. And reconnecting with it is less about becoming someone new, but much more about remembering who you are. When you begin trusting your inner authority again, your decisions start reflecting your truth. And when your decisions reflect your truth, your life starts aligning in ways that feel meaningful, much more authentic, and definitely, definitely magical. And so if this conversation resonated with you, I would love for you to hit subscribe, definitely hit like, and you can join my free newsletter, and you can join my amazing Infinite You community, and definitely you can click on the link for a human design session if you are so inclined. So I will put all of those links, each of those links, in the description box below. And I kind of think that that's it for today, but I do want to leave you with a thought from the poet Rumi. Remember, what you seek is seeking you. And I will see you all next time, beautiful souls. Have a beautiful evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you catch this video. And I will see you all next time. Namaste.